So, with the UFC not on for another 3 weeks, I decided I'd make some card builders, predict some fights, and I was supposed to make the Gaethje, Pimblett, and Harrison Nunez video, but I was bored and I couldn't be bothered, so I was like, screw it, I'll just do it. Do one of my almost finished ones, and that would be the White House card, which will be the biggest card of the year. So King Hit MMA, have decided what fights should be made for the UFC White House card and my reasoning for it. So yeah, let's get it started. And for the first fight, we have Adrian Yanez versus Chihuihuas Raw Rosas Jr. You know, Adrian Yanez hasn't fought for a while. He was like in a not Raw Rosas Jr. spot, because Raw Rosas is like what, 20, 19 years old, but they were in that similar contendership spot. But then Adrian Yanez got fraud checked by was it Rob Font? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rob Font got him, and then Christian Rodriguez did Raw Rosas Jr. I think this would be a good style fight of styles. Chihuihuas being a primarily grappler, Adrian Yanez having half decent grappling himself, but primarily a striker. This would probably be a really good first fight for the White House card. Both Mexican American. Chihuihua's been more Mexican, so I could see the crowd going for Yanez. Shit, there was a few fights I should have added, but I digress. And for the next fight, we have Josh Hokett and Stephen Asplen. Josh Hokett has been literally calling for the White House card. He's been calling for two more, like a fight before the White House card. But I think Hokett should wait to fight Stephen Asplen. They've been calling each other out on Twitter. Asplen had a banger fight in December last year, where he just went to war. Not war. Oh, he went to war with Sean Sheriff, and he just fucking pieced him up. He's kind of like heavyweights Max Holloway, and Josh Hokett, he just smoked Max Gimenez in like under 30 seconds. So I think this would be a good fight. I think Josh Hokett would have to go to his wrestling. I don't think he could smoke out Stephen Asplen like he did Max Gimenez. But, you know, this would be a good... I don't think that'd be at the press conference, but this would be good banter between the both of them. I could imagine them just fighting on the White House lawn. Hokett trying to do his best Colby Covington impression. Oh. Anyway, on to the next one. So we have Bryce Mitchell, 3 years Arkansas, and Cody Garbrandt. This is genius matchmaking by me. They're both bantamweights. They're both kind of unranked in that fringe of top 20. They're both named fighters. They're both as American as they get, you know. And I just thought they're both like interesting styles. Bryce gets dropped nearly every fight, and Cody needs a named fighter, and wants a better fight than Bryce Mitchell. You know, being that kind of conspiracy theorist sort of fighter against Garbrandt, who's always just too overly serious. This would be fucking hilarious. So yeah, I could just imagine this. I could imagine the interaction between the two of them. Bryce Mitchell has some banger like lines, man, because he just like before he got fucking done by John Silver, he had a nasty line about when you put a dog down, it squeals, and then it was pretty sick. Then he got done by John Silver. But yeah, I think this is a good fight. I think it makes sense too for where they're at in their careers. So yeah, this should be a good fight. And for the next fight, Urichi Lang versus Brady Headstat. I didn't just put like ranked and named fighters the whole time, because it's unrealistic. Most of the cards I do are pretty unrealistic, but I digress. And Arichi Lang, he had a really fucking dirty knockout over what's his name? Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson ain't the highest level of fighter, and like he's alright. Like he's a win-loss fighter. He lost to Chihuahuas, but he was piecing him up. And Brady, he was off the Ultimate Fighter. If I'm not wrong, he won his last fight. He's been just had a lot of injuries. I just can't remember his last fight. It's just Garrett Armfield. Yeah, he choked out Garrett Armfield. This would be a very similar fight to Chihuahuas. Fight with Arichi Lang. Go see if Arichi Lang could keep Brady Histad up. So yeah, just a bit of a filler fight. I don't know if I've got too many of those in this card. So yeah, on to the next. I think it'd just be a good fight. And for the fifth fight, I think Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber should be made again. It just makes sense. Macy Barber just won her last fight by 29-28 decision over one of the silver chicks. And Erin Blanchfield, she just choked out Rachel. Was it Rachel Ostrovich? Who'd she just choke out? Oh, anyway, she got a submission in her last fight. She was struggling in that last fight, so it could be interesting to see this fight rebooked because Macy could see some holes in Erin's game that she does have, and Macy Barber's a really good striker, man. So this could be a really good fight, and they're both hot. So, but yeah, I think that'd be a banger fight. Anyways, on to the next. Joaquin Buckley versus Holland 2. If you haven't watched the UFC for that long, these two have already fought. They fought at middleweight. Then Kevin pointed at Joaquin and said, "Hey, you got a booger," and knocked him out. That's literally how the fight went. And a lot of people might be thinking, "Oh, this doesn't make sense." It kind of does, because for one thing, Buckley did lose his last fight to Usman. Mind you, Usman is one of the best welterweights of all time. A lot of people probably be saying he should fight someone like a Bonfim, maybe like someone the top 8 to top 15, like in that. But I think he should fight Kevin Holland again. Like get that win back, get that loss back. And they obviously love Kevin Holland. I guarantee they'll have Kevin Holland on the American card. But if for someone that I actually forgot to put Colby Covington on here. There's a few fighters I forgot to put on here. But if you don't have Joaquin Buckley versus Kevin Holland, you could have Colby Covington versus Kevin Holland. That makes a lot of sense. They've been calling each other out. Colby needs to fight down or just retire. But if that doesn't happen, I'd really like to see this fight. I think Joaquin would honestly get Kevin this time. So, yeah. This would be a good fight to see. So, that'd be cool. And Salty Joe Pfeiffer. I don't know. I do that sometimes. Bro, this fight would be so good. I'm a fucking genius, bro. I was like, man, they're gonna have Joe Pfeiffer on here. He's like one of the saltiest dudes in the UFC, but he's like so American too. He's kind of like a like a Sean Strickland type. I think Joe Pfeiffer's actually more entertaining, and he whinges more. And Ataber Gautier's just got that fucking killer power. You know, and like I know Ataber's already matched up, but he's gonna slime out this dude. They keep giving him fucking cans, and they should honestly put him on he'll have a guaranteed knockout between these two fighters. And Joe Pfeiffer, as much as I want to see him go up and fight, I was like, oh, maybe I should put him against Robert Whittaker. I was like, nah, this is the fight to make. Ataber Gautier versus Joe Pfeiffer. This will not go past 2 rounds. This would be a fucking sick fight. So, yeah. And I didn't know. I thought Ataber was like, 6'1", he's 6'4". So these two are nearly the same height, and I swear Tabor's fucking twice as big as Joe Piper. But yeah, this is a banger fight at middleweight. This would be good to watch. And for the next fight, we have the Matcha Championship. Like literally, I could imagine these two chatting and talking about what matcha tea they like and what Frank Ocean's best album was. Nah, this would be a banger fight because Peyton Talbot just beat Henry Cejudo. If Here's the thing: if Malcolm Wellmaker won against Ethan Ewing or Cody Haddon, I would have said Peyton Talbot versus Malcolm Wellmaker. That would have been so good, but he lost. So I feel like Peyton Talbot should fight up, not too much because I think Corey's he's number 5'6", Peyton Talbot's number 10. Corey has to fight down, and I don't think Corey's going to win the championship. He fought for the championship. He's fought for an interim. It's going to take him a while. Why not fight a super dangerous contender? It's not going to hurt his career too. It would hurt his career, but it wouldn't. And for Peyton Talbot, that's a big name, man. Like, if you beat Corey Sandhagen, fuck, you're like 1 or 2 from the title. And this would be a super entertaining fight. You know, you got fucking Peyton Talbot, like, super zesty sort of style. Might even mix his wrestling in. And Corey Sandhagen, you know, he's not downloading the data. He's already scientific. He's just overthinking, you know. So, yeah, that'd be super sick. I think this would be a banger fight. I think everyone's been wanting it. A lot of people have been saying O'Malley, but I think O'Malley's going to get the instant title shot once he beats fucking Yadong by 29-28. So, yeah. That's crazy, bro. Anyway, on to the next fight. Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes. I'm going to be honest, man. I think Walker fucking beats Reyes by knockout. Look, not because Reyes just got slimed out by Carlos Ulberg. By the way, Carlos Ulberg is the GOAT. But Johnny Walker, like, I don't know why everyone calls him a bad fighter. Walker does, like, don't get me wrong, he gets knocked out in the most goofy fucking shit ways. But the people that Johnny Walker loses to, they're not exactly cans. They are the top 10 of light heavyweight. And I think light heavyweight's overhated as a division. So, like, Johnny Walker was supposed to be a sacrificial GOAT, but turned into the real GOAT when he TKO'd Zhang Ming Yang. And I think Johnny Walker does deserve that couple steps up. What is he ranked? Like 12, 11? And I think Dominic Reyes is ranked about 8th. So that's a fucking good step up for Johnny Walker, and Dominic Reyes needs to go down. He just had a big step into the rankings. Everyone was saying if he beats Ulberg, he'll probably fight for the title. So I think that step down and beating a name in Johnny Walker makes sense. Both entertaining strikers, and knowing one of these two are getting slimed out, it should not even go past the first round. So yeah, this will be a banger for the America card. So yeah. On to the next fight. Book this matchup. Sean Strickland versus Robert Whittaker. You got to have Sean Strickland. I know he's matched up against Anthony Hernandez, but I don't see, like, Sean taking so much damage where he'd miss the White House card. I just don't see it. Like, Strickland is as American as you get. He loves his guns. He loves Eagles. He loves... Here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, he just loves fucking ranting like a crazy American dude. And for Robert Whittaker, you know, he hasn't fought in a while. He lost to RDR. RDR's pretty impressive, even though he lost his last fight by quitting on the stool. I think Strickland needs to step down. He doesn't, because if he beats Hernandez, which I actually think he's going to beat Hernandez, he's got right to, like, for one more fight to fight for the title, and it's not going to be Robert Whittaker. But if he loses to Hernandez, this is a perfect fight. This makes so much sense for the White House card. How good would this fight be, man? This is like... it'd be like a match of styles. Like, you know, Robert Whittaker going in with his karate stance and then into his boxing stance. It'd be a real interesting set of styles. And Sean Strickland, you know, he does his little fucking Philly shell. So, yeah, I can imagine Sean trying to talk shit and Rob being like, oh, mate, you can't fucking be like that. So, yeah, I think that would be a banger fight for the White House card. But yeah, on to the next. This would be the featured fight. Dricus du Plessis versus Brendan Allen. How do you do a Brendan Allen impression? It's like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You say my name, I'm gonna beat you up, man. I'm gonna lay down. And then you've got like fucking Dricus gonna make him cry as well. I don't know because so these two have been talking shit on Twitter, and Dricus just lost dominantly to Hamzat, while Brendan took that short notice against Reina de Ritter, and he beat him. And like, so what does that make? I think Brendan Allen's number 6 in the rankings now. So, and Dricus has to get another fight in. And, if Dricus is going to take a long time, might as well wait for the White House card. This would be a banger fight. These two are just going to slang it out. It's going to be such a goofy ass fight too. This is like, people are like, oh, we want Reina de Ritter versus Dricus du Plessis. This is your second best thing, because I reckon, I don't mind Brendan Allen, but I don't rate his striking that much, and we know how goofy du Plessis is. So I could imagine these two just talking shit to each other. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I can't do an African voice. But yeah, I could have just imagined these two talking shit. Anyway, on to the co-main event. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. Ilia's going to be back for the White House card. I don't know how bad the divorce is, but he will be back for the White House card. If you've got the Conor clone, he's going to come back for the biggest card of the year. And since it's not Arman, it's going to be the winner of Paddy versus Gaethje. So it's just a guarantee first round slime. Getting slimed out. This is crazy, man. I don't know how this is the interim title. But, man, I could just imagine Ilia just saying, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And then fucking, if it's Paddy, he's like, oh, you fucking sausage lad. And then, I don't does Gaethje really trash? I don't think Gaethje trash talks much, eh? So it'd be boring. It'd be more interesting if it was Paddy, because these two would talk shit. He'd be like, hand sanitizer boy and you silly fucking sausage. All that sort of stuff. And Gaethje, it'd just be boring with Gaethje, if I'm going to be honest. I want Gaethje to win. And these two are terrible. These two are a prime matchup for Ilia. There's no better matchup for Ilia than these two. So, we get a free slime out in the co-main, and we get to see Ilia defend his lightweight title finally. So yeah, that'd be fun. I think that should be the co-main. This should be a main event on its own. But what I've got for the main event, even though they're not American, it just makes all the sense in the world. And that is Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane 2. Tom Aspinall better be getting those goggles, bro, because come on, it's a heavyweight event. You got Trump there. He loves his MMA. He's going to want someone getting slimed out. If it's Tom or Ciryl, I can't wait for Tom's heel turn. He's going to be like, he fucking poked me in the eye. Why are you fucking mooing me? And then you got fucking Paw Patrol over here being like, I didn't mean to poke you in the eye. I don't know why you're complaining. I could just imagine that, right? This is gonna be a sick press conference. This is gonna be super underrated. I can't wait for the press conference. And the fight was looking to be a really good heavyweight fight. So I'm actually super excited. This makes me more excited for this fight, because I'd rather a fight be actually competitive than a one-side beatdown. It's okay, that was disappointing. Tell me, would you rather just Tom go through Ciryl and it's I guess now we've just got this contender, this contender, this contender? Or would you rather it actually be a 5-round, 4-round, 3-round war where one of them eventually gets slimed out, but it's just skill for skill, and it looks so sick. So yeah, and that's what I want for the main event. That's what I think should be a main event for the White House card. But you know, I always appreciate you guys watching the videos. And before I obviously click off and stuff, I did have a few people I actually forgot. I was like, oh shit, I could have had. So I could have had Colby Covington. Obviously, he's going to be on the card if the UFC wants to put him on. Derek Lewis, if he has to be on the card if he doesn't get totally slimed out by Cortez Acosta. Yeah, that's a crazy one. There's a few that I missed, but like Derek Lewis and Colby Covington are the big main ones. But yeah, this is the fights I think that should be made for the White House card. They would be absolutely sick if I got some of these right. But yeah, guys, listen. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. We don't have fucking UFC for another 3 weeks. My Instagram's up. I post memes every day, and obviously video. Like, if a video is dropping, I'll post that it's coming on the YouTube. If you're from Instagram, thanks for coming on the YouTube channel. If you go into the YouTube channel to the Instagram, I always appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for coming on the video. Bye.